Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Uplifting Earth, and in this video, I want to talk about tips and tricks for living your life to help you be more productive with music production and more creative. A lot of this information comes from Ilgate's The Ill Methodology Workshop class. I really highly encourage you guys to go check that out. Um, Amazing information. I use a lot of this in my daily life, and I just wanted to talk on it really quick. So the first thing is to eat right. Stop eating fast food. Get yourself some good food. Get some superfood. You know that type of thing. Keep your body healthy, and if you're not spending any time being sick, that means there's more time for you to be doing music production. The next thing, pay your bills. Take care of your chores. You know, like don't let things in your life like stack up. You know, be proactive about that. Don't procrastinate and let that all like stack up. Take care of it as soon as it comes up, and you'll be a lot better. You won't have to any worrying about things that are upcoming or things that you put aside to do to later. The next thing is to live inside your means. You know, figure out your budget, how much money you're bringing in, how much money you're putting out, and live in there. You know, don't go outside of it. Don't be frivolously spending your money on crazy things or anything like that. You definitely want to find out your budget. You know, figure out how much money you can spend on things. Figure out like what production things you want and other things like that. It's um, an expensive thing to do, quite honestly. Plugins and software and everything is a lot of money, as well as hardware. So figure out your budget. The next thing is to get a journal, and this is super important. Like, pause this video, go out and buy yourself a journal. It doesn't matter what kind of journal it is. And the reason for this is you can only write down like so many times your emotions and different things that you struggle with so many times before you actually like make a lifestyle choice. It's amazing how many thoughts we continuously think over and over again. You could be, oh, I drank too much last night. I don't want to do music production today. And you can only write that so many times before you go, man, like I'm drinking too much. Like it's taking away from music production. And so that's super important. It really, really lets you know like where you're going and where you've came from as well. So I cannot highly more recommend getting a journal. The next thing is to break down your days. Now, Ill Gates talks about uh, daytime and nighttime sessions, right? So a daytime session would be like spending like the entire day just doing nothing but being creative, music production, doing all of that, just in one, giant sitting. And he talks about nighttime sessions, which are sessions where you only got like 3 or 4 hours to work on something. Choose something that's not like necessarily creative. Like do some bass design or whatever. For me personally, how I like to do it is I have my days broken down. So like Monday is like my drum day, where like I come home from work and the only thing that I do is I work on drum stacks, I work on hi hat patterns, I work on all sorts of things. Tuesdays is like synth design and stuff like that, and then on Saturday, all I do is I write music. That's all I spend the entire day just writing music, and it's awesome because as soon as I start doing that, I have all these new things that I built throughout the week. I'm just like, okay, I got these sweet, new drum patterns that I want to try out. I got this awesome kick drum that I just made that's just super fat. I got these new synths and basses that I have, and like it just speeds up your process really fast. So highly recommend that. The next thing is break down what you spend your time on. For example, I used to watch a lot of Netflix, and really like it wasn't getting me anywhere. There are exceptions. Like you're watching like documentaries on music production or something like that. Which are definitely beneficial. But when it comes to like binge watching a TV show, like is it really getting you anywhere in your life? Is it like furthering like your interests? Is it furthering your careers? And so I pretty much stopped watching Netflix for that reason. And the other thing is video games. Video games was a big thing for me. I used to come home and I'd play a couple hours of video games and everything before I'd start doing like music production and stuff like that. And recently somebody stole my Xbox, And I gotta say that I'm not even that upset about it because now I have, all that time just now going straight towards music production. So I'm far more productive than I used to be just by knowing like which, time blocks like are taking up for me. And video games and Netflix weren't furthering my life. They weren't like getting me anywhere. And so by cutting those things out, I've been far more time, like my schedule just suddenly opens up and I have all this time to do all these things that I want to do. So eat right, pay your bills, live inside your means, get yourself a journal, break down your time, and figure out what you're spending the most time on. These things have totally changed my life, and they can change your life as well.